veterans tonight. They've served our country. Now they're waging a new battle of politics and perception.
Hoosier veterans are leaving Indiana because medical marijuana is not legal here. CBS 4's Matt Smith investigates the battle that's about to ensue at the State House.
Terry Moore sat and just listened.
Our veterans are coming back with chronic pain.
Opioids are the gateway drug.
Cannabis helps people.
We know so very little. There's no science to that.
We're making criminals out of it.
Obey the law. We need to have more study.
Absorbing hours of testimony inside the Indiana State House, keeping to himself this day a truth he's not afraid to share.
I'm in exile. I want to come home. I remember during Vietnam all the thing about welcome home to veterans and that we weren't welcome home. I'm not welcome home now, and I gave my whole life to this state.
Terry served in South Korea during the Vietnam War and the fall of Saigon. He was diagnosed with PTSD, which he believes started after severe beatings he received as a child. And now this lifetime Hoosier is also a resident of Illinois to take part in its medical cannabis program, which is legal there, but he is still reluctant to share the details.
I'm afraid to talk about that because I don't want to say anything that's going to incriminate myself because I'm scared. I don't want to go to jail.
31 states have enacted medical marijuana programs, including Indiana's neighbors, and voters in 2 more states, Utah and Missouri, approved the measure Tuesday. In Illinois, more than 3,400 veterans have been approved for a medical cannabis registry card, including Shay Westhoff.
I lost a lot of friends because they couldn't stand to see the way that I was.
Shay was awarded the Combat Infantry Badge and Bronze Star in Afghanistan. A shattered neck forced the Illinois Army National Guardsman to medically retire after more than 15 years of service. What followed was a cocktail of prescription drugs.
The list of pills that I was taking was hydrocodone, Dilaudid, morphine, oxy, Soma, Xanax.
That is, until medical cannabis, he says, replaced every single pill.
Now, as far as cannabis, my kids are like, wow, Dad's back. Because I'm not taking the pills anymore. My marriage is, starting to get back to where it was. I've been married for 15 years. It's been a rocky 9 years since I've been home from Afghanistan.
To me, it's unconscionable that Indiana is saying, hey, thanks for your service, but we're going to deny you. Not only we're going to deny you something that has been proven to work in other states, we're going to make you a criminal.
Republican State Representative Jim Lucas is leading the effort to bring medical marijuana to Indiana, and he's not afraid for a fight.
Well, truth, facts, reason, logic. Why, when you have all of that on your side, I've got the proof, the facts, public opinion.
What is also true is the opposition and skepticism among some experts about whether medical cannabis can really help veterans and those suffering from PTSD.
There's a study that was done a couple years ago that showed PTSD patients who use marijuana have more problems with violence, and they're more likely to abuse alcohol and other drugs. So when people tell me that, it's usually their addictive denial.
There's so many people that will come in and tell you a story that this helped me because they honestly believe it helped them, when there's really no science to back it up.
Okay, we've got information from Illinois that talks about all the things that Illinois did.
Now, a group of Indiana veterans are working to build a coalition. Jeff Staker barely slept the night before his testimony at the State House. 2 years ago, he created the group Hoosier Veterans for Medical Cannabis. The fight, he knows, is far from over. The cause, he believes, much greater than himself.
Your well-being and suicidal thoughts come into play, and I've actually met veterans that if it wasn't for me going out and using a little bit of cannabis, I would have put a bullet through my head.
Federally, marijuana is still a Schedule I drug no matter for what the purpose. The FDA says it does support research and clinical trials into potential medical use. Here in Indiana, both Governor Eric Holcomb and Attorney General Curtis Hill have said they oppose the idea of legalization, so still several major hurdles for supporters.